Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. In today's lesson I'm going to teach you how to make one of these really cool little jars with a tight fitting lid and a nice clean line. Most importantly, no calipers necessary. To be successful with this, you're just going to need 1 to 3 pounds of clay, your hands, and a flathead screwdriver is very important for this. So we'll go ahead and zoom in and get started. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just center up 2 pounds of clay. All regular centering hand positions and procedures are in play here, just like my previous videos. Make sure you have equal pressure on both sides of the clay. Even though I can center the clay in just a few seconds, I do like to bring it up and down a couple times. Just spirals up the particles in the clay, and it just makes it feel more complete. I'm going to go ahead and open the hole any way you feel comfortable. I'm going to leave probably 3/8 of an inch of clay at the very base. It's important with these to make a nice flat bottom. If you're unsure about how thick the base is, go ahead and use a needle tool. And don't forget to compress. There's nothing worse than this cracking later in the drying process. Don't forget to progressively slow the wheel down as you come along. Remember, my hands are basically pointing right towards each other. I like to use what I call a kitty paw here, but some people use a knuckle or whatever. As long as their clay is compressing between 2 pressure points, let the wheel rotate, gather up some clay, and keep your fingers the same distance apart. We're not trying to make something really thin here. I'm going to go ahead and do one more pull and make it nice and even. Just making a nice straight cylinder. You want to make sure you get all the water out of the bottom. Now we're going to be collaring. Remember, we're going to use something that looks like a perfect circle when it's wide. When it's more narrow, just like my 6 steps of throwing bliss, you want to flip your ring fingers back. So let's imagine that this is cut into thirds. You can see those lines. I'm going to be concentrating on that top third. I'm going to squeeze just in that one spot until it feels like an hourglass. You can see it's coming in right in that one spot. Then I'm going to flip my ring fingers back and just keep this as round as possible, right? A little pressure down on the rim with my index finger is going to help this come in. I'm going to go ahead and pull this up just a little bit more and then go ahead and close it. That's the magic of these little jars. All the way closed. Now some people actually leave this as a knob. I usually add a knob separately, but for today's lesson I'm going to go ahead and turn this into the knob. I'm going to take a flexible metal rib, and I think it's important with these jars to make sure that you have a nice straight side and a dome top. Now we have a big enclosed air bubble, so I can actually push pretty hard and change the shape a little bit if I want to. Now I can basically put the lid anywhere I want, but kind of like this little jar here. It's going right towards the top quarter or so of the pot. You're going to be taking your flathead screwdriver, holding it something like a needle tool. Make sure you're going in there evenly. And you're displacing the whole wall in at least the wall thickness. So we're talking a 1/4 inch or so. And I tell my students, when you feel like you're just about to go all the way through and it's going to collapse, just go a little bit more. Okay? This is all going to be cleaned up later while trimming. So the throwing part is finished. We're not going to do anything else with this until this becomes trimmable / leather hard. And I'm going to show you how to make this an easily tight fitting lid. Well, quite a bit of time has passed, and you can see that by the way I'm holding it, this is now a leather hard piece. I also want to point out where I want to cut this. And so you can see I made a little hole here. If I have the choice, I like to have the flange, which is going to be this part right here, on the body of the pot, but you can definitely have it either way you want. I'm going to be centering this, lugging it down, and cutting it right along that seam, and that should just drop right down. First things first, let's get this centered. Get it as close as you can. Then you're going to be lugging it down with some wet clay. Some people like to lug it all the way around, or 3 lugs. First things first, I'm going to go ahead and carefully cut this. Remember, I want the flange on the body in this particular case. So I'm going to hold my X-Acto blade level and start cutting until I go all the way through. You can see now we're left with that displaced wall right here. And all I need to do is clean up both of these with the trimming tool. I'll go ahead and put this lid down. Now I like this to taper slightly inward, so I'm going to hold my trimming tool at a slight angle. You can see how that tapers it in. I'm going to get rid of any hard edges. Some people find this to be the trickiest part. You have to also trim this side. Now I like to just hold it down and hope. Some people will lug that area down. Sometimes it slips. Using the body of my pot as a chuck. And once I've got the majority of that displaced clay trimmed off, I like to test and see if it fits. You can see I'm right there. So I have 2 choices. I can either trim a little bit more right there or a little bit more right here. And I'm going to, since this is a little bit easier, I'm going to trim this side first. Voila. See, I'm all the way down. There's a millimeter of movement. And so you can also clean up any excess right here. And there you have it. The bottom would be trimmed normally. Just a little bit of extra clay there. But we have a nice clean line. Nice tight fitting lid. And there we have it with the screwdriver jar method. Good luck!